Do women show you high interest because you have game? Or do you have game because women show you high interest? That's a question for all the dating coaches like Mr. Locario and all the rest of them. The one thing that would never understand about Mr. Locario is how the fuck he defines game. Because the thing is, like, let's say if you're approaching a woman you like or you think she's attractive, you're trying to talk to her, and, it's not like, she shows a little bit of resistance, not because she doesn't like you, but, it's because she's trying to either play hard to get or, she doesn't want to come across like she's a slut or whatever it is, right? So, I mean, and I'm not saying like, okay, you're approaching a woman and it's like, she's just like, ew, you ugly, get away from me, and you're still trying to talk to her. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you're she's receptive to wanting to talk to you. Your guys are hitting it off pretty great, but when you try to take things sexual, she's a little bit resistant, but it's not because she doesn't like you. It's because, she doesn't want to, she wants to play hard to get because she doesn't want to come across as a slut. My thing is, if you're able to use the gift of gab, your mouthpiece, to be able to secure, her being able to sleep with you because, she likes you enough, or like like, let's say she's on the fence. She likes you. She's showing you medium interest, and then you are able to, use your mouthpiece in order to be able to, get her to sleep with you, and then she likes you. She's feeling your vibe and all that shit, and now you're able to get the sex. I mean, my thing is, in my opinion, that's game, that's skill. You took someone who was on the fence, and now you turned a woman who was of medium interest to high interest, or you took a woman who was of low interest to now she has high interest. My thing is, a woman's interest in you changes depending on the situation. Depending on how good you're able to use your mouthpiece and how you make the woman feel. My thing is, Mr. Locario saying that that's not game because the woman should have already been highly interested in you and wanted to fuck without question. Oh, you just, like, the thing is, like, how are you going to talk about game, but then your game is just you walking up to bitches asking, do you want to fuck? And they're always supposed to say yes. Like, my thing is, how many rejections are you going to get? You're going to get rejected at least 3,000 times before you get one yes. And then the woman who does say yes isn't going to be as attractive. That's the thing. How are you going to say, like your game is walking up to bitches asking, do they want to fuck? That's not game. That's just you throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. And then the thing is, your results, every 500 bitches that reject you, you get at least one bitch. Like, that sucks. Your results suck. You don't have any options. No women are trying to actually fuck with you like that. That's the thing. Your success ratio in terms of getting bitches are abysmal. You walk up to a bitch like a fucking caveman talking about some you, me, sex now, and she's supposed to say yes. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, if you're a car salesman and someone doesn't want to buy a car and you convince them, oh, okay, this is the type of features that come with the car and all of this shit, and you're able to convince them to buy the car, that's game. That's you being able to sell yourself on the market to be like, okay, this is why they should make a good, investment. My thing is, you're walking up to bitches and expecting bitches to look at you like you are the prize. But the thing is, you haven't done anything to these bitches to even get you to look at them that way. Like for these women to look at you that way, you haven't even done anything. Like, who the fuck are you? You're just some random guy walking up to a bitch talking about let's have sex, and they're supposed to say yes. These women are supposed to look at you like you are like this famous celebrity, and then, oh yeah, I'm that guy. No, you're not. Who the fuck are you? There are thousands of guys that come up to me to try to ask me out to do all of these things. What separates you from those other guys? That's the thing. Like, the only bitches who will actually get you, the only bitches that will actually fuck with you that have high interest are women who have low SMV, low sexual market value, or you're going for the low hanging fruit. You're going for bitches who don't even like, the fat bitches, the ugly bitches, the bitches with, just, no. The fucking old cougar thoughts, or the fat bitches with financial stability that you just use to dig down whenever you need a place to stay. Don't be the type of bitches that you are going to get with the technique of game, what Mr. Locario is teaching. The best way to turn the ties into your favor is to have the mouthpiece to be able to convince the woman or to advertise yourself to her that you are that guy. Because women are not going to know who the fuck you are if you don't introduce yourself. And you doing that is not qualifying yourself to the bitch. It's not doing anything like that. It's just you as a man have to make the approach, and you have to, any woman that you find interest in, You have to let her know why you are that guy. What do those men say, right? We're not trying to fuck women. We're trying to give women the opportunity to fuck with us. But how are women supposed to be given that opportunity when you don't even show who you are? And then you're leading with sex by walking up to a bitch talking about some I just want to fuck. You telling a bitch that you want to fuck is not going to show her that you are that guy. And then the question that raises in my mind is the fact that, okay, let's say a woman has high interest in you, right? She's sexually attracted and has high interest in you, and y'all guys sleep with each other. I mean, does that mean that you have game? Is she sleeping with you because you have game, or is she sleeping with you because she just had high interest in you at the time? See, his game is to look for women with high interest, but looking for women with high interest doesn't necessarily mean that you have game, because you're able to find those types of women. It's not the fact that you have game, it's just the fact that you were just her type of guy. You just so happened to be her preference. And they keep saying that the game isn't about women, but by their logic, the game kind of is about women if you're going around looking for the women with high interest, because how successful your game is with women is going to be determined upon if whether or not a woman has high interest in you, not necessarily if whether or not you have game or not. A woman's high to low interest is pivotal in your success when it comes to the game, regardless of how much game you think you have or not. And if the women that you want don't want you, how can you say that you have game? And are you only fucking with the women that want you because those are the only women that you're able to get? And you know how, like, whenever the passport bros say, they want to go wherever they're appreciated, not tolerated? Y'all niggas are doing the exact same thing, going to women who are of high interest, and you're going where you're appreciated, but on a much smaller scale, until you find the woman that has that high interest in you. So I don't understand why they try to demonize passport bros when the passport bros are doing what these niggas are doing, but on a more grander scale, and they got the money to floss and do that shit at the same time. They're finding women of high interest in them. Now, whether or not these passport bros are actually paying for it, that debate is up in the air, because there's some passport bros that just do the travel, but they don't actually pay the women directly for the sex. They're just talking to the women, and the women show more higher interest, and they're more polite, and you didn't spend any money on the woman. All you did was pay for the travel. And if you ain't coming out of your pockets paying the woman directly for sex, how can you call it tricking or simping? In the same way, you don't want to waste your time with low interest women or women who don't see you for your greatness. It's the same thing that those passport bros do. Whenever y'all niggas charge bitches to the game, these niggas are charging a whole country of bitches to the game and going to other countries to find women of high interest that want to fuck with them. They're going to a place where they're appreciated and not tolerated, and they're going to a place that if these niggas who are passport bros feel like they're that guy, they're going to a place that reflects the way that these niggas feel about themselves, in the same way that you are deciding to date women that see you as the type of guy that's that nigga, in the same way that you see yourself. You see yourself as that guy, and you want women you want to go to places where women see you as that guy. But here y'all are trying to demonize passport bros for doing the same. The shit don't make no fucking sense, man. Like, do you have game because a woman showed you high interest? Or does she have high interest because you have game? That is the question.